In this video, you will learn how to create an online comic strip. So in some of your assignments, you might be required to show what you have learned through the creation of a comic strip. In other assignments, you might just have the option to submit your work in this form. So there are many different online comic strip makers, but one of my favorites is MakeBelieveComics.com because I feel it is the easiest to use. So that's what I'm going to demonstrate with today. So if you scroll down to the bottom of your comic, you'll see the panel choices. You can have 2 panels, 3, or 4. Right now we're working with 3 panels, so I'm going to leave that as is. Next, I'm going to name my comic and put my name on it because I am the author. And as you notice, every time you click on one of the panels, it highlights in red, which means that's the panel you are working on. So I'm going to click on panel 1, and we're going to start working by putting in our background images to each panel. So the images can be found where the bicycle and computer are at. So you'll click the image button, and then you'll see there are 2 red arrows that you can scroll through all of the clip art and all of the backgrounds that they have for you to use. When you find the one that you want, you just click on it and it automatically goes to the panel that's highlighted. So let's go to panel 2. I'll click on panel 2. I'll browse through the backgrounds, click on the background I want, it goes to panel 2. Next, click on panel 3 and browse through the images. When I find what I want, I will click on it and it automatically goes to panel 3. Now with this palm tree, if I don't like the position of it, I can click on it and drag it to where I want it to go in the panel. I can also add background colors to any of the panels. So since there's a palm tree, let's add this green here just by clicking. Next, let's add some crazy characters. So this red button here will allow you to scroll through the list of crazy cast characters. And when you find one that you like, you click on them, and then you use the arrows to scroll through their different costumes that they have. So let's use the soccer player lion. And you notice since panel 3 was highlighted, then that's where the lion was dropped to. So let's click on panel 2, do the same thing, find a character, click on him. We can scroll through his expressions. Once we find one we like, click on the picture and it'll go to panel 2. Click on panel 1, let's find us a character, and we'll scroll through and click on him. Perfect. Now some of these characters take up almost the entire panel. So one thing you can do is you can click on the character, click scale, then click on the character, and you can make him smaller. So that would allow you to fit more than one character in a panel. So then I would go back to move again, click on move, click on what I want to move, and drag him over. So now let's add maybe another character there. So click on my character. She's going to be dropped into first panel. Since the move is highlighted, then I can now move her where I need her to go. And then if I want her to be a little smaller to fit in the screen better, I click scale, then click on what I want to scale, and I'm going to drag it to smaller. If I want to move her again, I click on move and then move her. Okay, so we are actually almost finished. The only thing we need to do is add some text bubbles so we can make it a real comic strip. So let's start with panel 1. You can click on either of these and then you get different bubbles based on where the characters are standing. So you have thought bubbles, you have talk bubbles. So let's use the talk bubbles. And since move is highlighted, we can move the bubble around just by clicking and dragging. And then we can click inside and type our text. We might want to give her a bubble, so we can click on the bubble again. And then we can move that. Maybe this one needs to go up a little bit more. Click inside the bubble. Type our text. You can do that throughout the panels. You can also make the text bubbles smaller by using the scale button again. So it's scale, click on what you want to scale, make it a little smaller. Let's go to panel 2. You can use these little prompts here, the next day, suddenly, let's do suddenly. Definitely looks like something suddenly happened to this frog. Click on the move button and then you can move suddenly to where you want it. And we'll click on this last panel. And let's use another prompt to be continued. And of course, you know, there's lots of other gadgets here that you can use, but that's just the basics, simple basics, and it's more than enough in order to complete your assignment. But feel free to be creative and to see what you can do with this program. So I'm ready to complete this. I'll go to the print email button in the left-hand corner. And all you need to do to email it and to get the link for your comic strip is to type in your name, email address, that's my email, but I want to send it to myself so that I can get a link for my teacher, and email comic. So let's see. And here it is. It's automatically sent to my email. I open it up, and this is the link. So when you're submitting to a forum or to an assignment, the only thing your teacher wants is the hyperlink to your work. So in this case, it is your comic strip. So you can copy the link and submit it in your assignment or forum so that when your teacher gets it or your classmates get it, they can copy the link, paste it into their browser, and they'll automatically be able to see your comic strip. If you're unsure how to submit a link to an assignment or forum, there are other help videos in this folder.